Hey everybody, it's Pastor Kim again. Welcome back to our channel, Built Upon a Rock, Marriage Enrichment Ministries. It's great to see you. We are on the last episode of Adulting 101, and I have a question for you. How many of you have ever told a lie? Okay, everybody, raise your hand. Everybody's told at least one lie. Second question, how many of you have ever been liars? Come on, be honest. Don't lie now. Wave your hand, nobody's watching. When I was a child, I was truly a liar. I lied a lot about stuff that didn't even need a lie. It would have been better just to tell the truth. I lied about homework. I lied about chores. Once I lied to the principal I worked for and said I had pink eye because all these other people had pink eye and got to go home. So I went in the bathroom and rubbed my eye really hard and hurt it for real and went and told him that I thought I had pink eye and he sent me home. I didn't even need to go home. I don't even know what I went home for. I just lied. It was who I was, but I was a child. We are now adults. Adults don't lie. So let's stop lying, okay? Don't lie to your spouse, of course, but don't lie on your job. Don't lie on your taxes. Don't lie to the police. Tell the truth. Suck it up, okay? It's all about being a grown-up. And lies are told with the intention of deceit. Deceit is there to cover up what is really true. How can anyone know you if they don't know if what you're saying or doing is honest or true? And so it's really important in our marriages that we're truthful, because the only way that our spouses are ever going to trust us. If you're lying about where you are, how can I trust when you're gone that you're not doing something you're not supposed to do, or that you're doing what you are supposed to do? If you're lying about your finances and what you're spending, you're hiding things. You have a secret account. That's lying to your spouse. All of those things make me call your character into question. And so they're damaging. Lies erode your relationships. Like a little drip. A drip, drip, drip just begins to erode a rock. Lies erode your relationship, and you'll look up and wonder what happened. Why don't you trust me? It wasn't because of this big thing. It's because of all the little lies you told up until this. So it's something that we have to definitely keep in check. Again, lying and being truthful is not something that we're born with. Children lie. Like I said, I was a lying child. My little Jonathan told big whoppers from time to time. But it's something that has to be disciplined out of you. Lies are told by children because they want to get away with something, because they want something they're not supposed to have, because they want to cover up shame, because they did something they knew they shouldn't have done. And so instead of lying, just be the person that the people you're lying to think you are. And so it's about working on what's true and who you really are, fessing up to it, being accountable. That's the first step into adulthood, right? The book of Proverbs talks a lot about lying, talks a lot about what we say, talks a lot about minding the things that come out of our mouths. But I want to look specifically at two chapters. Proverbs 19 and 22 talks about a poor man being better than a lie. It's better to be poor than to be a liar, because your poverty doesn't have anything to do with your character. Okay, that's just a matter of how much money you have at the present. But your character you take your character with you, whether you have $1,000 or $100,000 in the bank. Psalms 40:4 says, "Blessed is the man who makes the Lord his trust and doesn't respect the proud, nor turn aside to liars." So they make the Lord their trust. I'm going to trust that even though I did something wrong, that I'm going to be accountable for, that it'll work out. What's important to understand is that sometimes it would be easier for your spouse to get over what you actually did than the fact that you lied about it. And so keep that in mind. Sometimes it's a whole lot harder to forget the fact that you lied to me than that you did this thing, that you forgot to pay the water bill and now the water's cut off. Okay, that's a mistake. I don't like it. But the fact that you lied and told me that you did, and now we're sitting here with no water, that's a little bit more challenging for me to deal with. Now I have to deal with two things, not just the fact that the water's cut off, but that you lied to me about it in the first place, right? And so keep that in mind. God's way is the way of truth. So a lot of people right now are saying, walk in your truth. Don't walk in your truth. Your truth is about lying. There's a lot of lies that go along with our reality and the way that we think and our perspectives. Walk according to God's truth. Jesus said he is the way. He is the truth. He is the life. So we also, as adults who are living a truthful life, should be seeking after the truth. And what does God say? What does he say about the situation? What does he say about my marriage? What does he say about my finances? What does he say about how I treat my body? All of these things are important to God. And so he's put them in his word. So we should be seeking the truth, seeking after him first, and not just seeking our own way. God's way is the way of truth. Psalms 119 and 29 and 30 are really great. But 30 says, I have chosen the way of truth. Your judgments I have laid before me. I have chosen the way of truth. That is an act of your will. You have to choose to walk in truth. The truth walk doesn't just show up and you say, oh, this is a better road. This is an easier road. It might not be easier, but it is definitely better. It's the best road. The way of truth is always the best way. And because it's not always easy, we got to ask for help along the way. God is there to help us. His word is there to help guide us. It is a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path, so that we can walk and not be ashamed. When I was a kid and I was always lying, at the end of the day, when the lie was found, I was even more ashamed of the fact that I had lied about something than what I'd actually done in the first place. And so, or the consequence of the lie was heavier than whatever it was that I did, that I was lying about. And so don't count the cost so close and decide I'm just going to cover myself and proceed until apprehended. Just tell the truth from the beginning. Even if it's bitter and it's hard to take, it's a whole lot easier to swallow that than to see the look of disappointment on your spouse's face when they realize that you lied to them. So again, adults don't lie. We are going to work and live an adulting life. And that means we're going to be accountable. We're going to have a disciplined life. We are going to be understanding of our spouse. We are going to be loyal and not backbiting, gossiping, messy people. And we are going to walk in the way of truth, telling the truth, and not living in the lie. Amen. And so I know that this was a long series, but I was really enjoying it. So please like, share, subscribe it if you have also enjoyed it. In the comments, tell me the biggest whopper you told your parents when you were a kid. I'd be interested to hear what those were. I've already revealed what I did. That's not even the biggest thing. But we look forward to seeing you again. Goodbye, happy family.